What's up, guys? Erasable Crab here. Welcome back to another video on the Automotive Channel. Today we're going to be doing some comparisons between Icon Gen 1 and Icon Gen 2. Now the biggest difference, and the one that does matter to me, is these Icon Gen 1s come with a nice case. Every single one of them comes with a nice case. It just makes organization a lot better if you have the space for it, or even if you don't have the space to store. Like, this is a pretty long ratchet. This one's even longer, but this is a Gen 2, so it doesn't come with a case at all. But I really like the case, and I hate that they're getting rid of it on the Gen 2s. But even if you don't have a big toolbox, you can just stack the cases on top of each other. And, you know, it's not the most efficient, but if you're using 3 of them a day, that beats having 6 of them taking up the space, all with the cases in your drawer. And then you just stack them on top of each other instead of them taking up a bunch of your horizontal space. Now they're taking up vertical space, which isn't really utilized well in toolboxes, so except maybe with like pliers racks or hammer drawers. So that does make a difference. The handles are different. You can see this one, get the Icon logo. This is kind of just like your standard comfort grip handle. It's a little grippy, but it's kind of like a hard plastic. This is a 90 tooth. This is not an apples to apples comparison. This is not, this one is not the exact same as this one. This is a Gen 1 long handled flex head. This one is like an 18-inch Gen 2 3/8, just a straight, not a flex head. The Gen 2, you can see, sealed head ratchet icon. The Gen 2, I believe, is only 80 tooth, and they did that to have it be a little beefier, especially with these long handled things, these long handled ratchets. If you're applying a lot of torque, if something's on there tight, even something as simple as a drain plug. I've had to use a ratchet this length to get an oil drain plug off before. And it's actually quite common when I was in the shop to need one of these anytime that you are taking a drain plug off, because people at lube techs at shops will just impact them on. So if you're doing your own maintenance, saving yourself some money, you can go ahead and get something like this. It doesn't have to be the Icon. The Icon is pretty expensive. If it's just something where maybe you do an oil change once a year, or, you know, every 5,000 miles, whatever comes first, you could get something like this. This is the Pittsburgh long handle flex head, and this is like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks versus something like this. I think its normal price is like 75. Could be way off, I'm just estimating. But, you know, that's the glory of doing your own maintenance. You can spend some extra money on tools that'll help you get the job done, or just have a nicer quality of life. So this Icon Gen 2, it's got a grippy handle, but where it has more rubber, it's like kind of sticky. I don't really know how to explain it. It's been like that since I got it. Really nice squish to it, gives you a lot of leverage. I believe it's supposed to be like that. Just feels a little bit weird. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like divots on the handle where your hand sits. So it feels really good in the hand. It's a good length for what I use it for, which we already went over, mainly oil changes. But this is a very solid ratchet. I will say no carrying case kind of sucks. Well, not necessarily carrying case, but no case to organize kind of sucks. It being 80 tooth actually does make it a little bit more versatile. Something like this that's 90 tooth, with this length, you're probably fine. But if it's any longer than this, like especially if it's this long with a 90 tooth, again, I think this is 18 inches long. That's from the head to the bottom of the handle. You will probably end up breaking the gears off if you're doing heavy torque applications. But other than that, there's not really too many differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2. The main thing is the handle and the case. Again, this is not an apples-to-apples comparison. The head's a little bit different. That could just be because this is a straight head, this is a flex. The icon logo on the Gen 2 looks a little bit better. It looks like the font is a little bit closer together, whereas the icon logo on the Gen 1 has the letters of icon a little bit more spaced out. That's not really too big a deal. You can see they both have part numbers right there. Kind of where the shaft meets the handle. And that's really about all I got for you guys today. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.